Hey, Tasha.
Hi, how are you?
It's still every time I laugh at that. How are you, my friend?
Today was a rest day for me. I'm doing great. I feel rested today.
Listen, you need to. But before we go any further, while we give people time to jump on. I'm Sharon.
I'm Tasha, and I'm in Bowie, Maryland.
And I'm in North Carolina, in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and we are the Accountability Queens. And what we do, we have been accountability partners for 9 years now, and we help each other reach our goals. And it's not, while many people think it's about money, it's not. It's our health, it's our spiritual, it's our financial, it's our relationship. We push each other to be the best women that we can be, and of course the women that we want to be in life. And so we help people find their accountability partner and have a successful relationship as well. And then maybe you too for 9 years. So I'm glad you got rest. Mom, wife, mom of 3, wife, grad school student, accountability partner and business partner. Yeah. You got a lot.
You need some rest, right?
Yes. And you got to catch up on Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight. Oh my gosh. If nobody watched it, I think it's season 11. It was in New Orleans, and it was the first time that they were, it extended because when they were filming, the pandemic started.
Right.
And so they had to come out, and the camera crew had to come out, but the show kept going. They stayed married for like another 4 weeks before it was kind of safe for them to. Yes, this is my show. I like it.
Clearly.
Entertaining.
All right, so let's talk about accountability for us this week. Where do you think, what's a nugget you took out of our accountability this week?
Apparently that I need to get a deep freezer.
Yeah, I got a deep freezer. As soon as I finish here, I'm going over to Best Buy.
My crew this week is buying deep freezers and guns.
We didn't buy any guns. We're just looking into, what does that look like?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
For me, we talked about this week, about how to maintain balance, right? We're always trying to maintain balance. But I think we participated in an event where, we felt like everyone that was there didn't have a full understanding of what was kind of going on in the world and current events.
Right.
And so
let's just put that in context. We participated in a webinar earlier this week where 2 of our friends, very good friends, were talking about politics and what to expect in the election or in politics, in the world of politics today. There were 3 people. 2 seemed to be very informed.
They were putting it down.
Yeah, they were handling it
fantastic.
Yes, our friends were very good. There was one individual who probably had a bit more studying to do. Maybe he wasn't up on current events as we would all have expected for you to be on a webinar. Yes, right, fair. Go ahead.
And so, the talk was, how do we ensure that that's not us in the room, right?
Yeah.
But still be able to maintain that balance. I don't want to be a CNN head or watch those talking heads all day, but, I have to know what's going on around me. I can't literally just live in my bubble.
Right.
And so we talked about how to, how to stay in the know and still stay sane and, keep some rainbows and unicorns in there to balance it out.
And so it's good that you and I talk about it, and we talk about the importance of, we have to keep working out, right? We have to have our green smoothies because, believe it or not, I do feel the energy when I have the fresh vegetables and in my system, and I see it in my attitude, my energy, my skin. And, because if I'm in the house all day and I start walking past a mirror and I look crazy, my energy is going to go down. But us working out, like last week, I went to Dollar General and I created a whole home gym for like $40.
Dollar General. Oh, where did you learn about Dollar General? Very nice.
Thank you very much. Dollar General and the coupons. So yes.
Coupons on Saturday. Get into
on Saturdays. I'm
gonna ask somebody.
And so you've been doing CrossFit, which kind of leads into our guests tonight.
Yeah. So I started CrossFit probably right after Peyton was born.
I started right after that.
And I moved gyms probably, I can't remember, after Dennis was born or before Dennis or something, and met some great people at CrossFit Laurel. And this couple is one that I met at CrossFit Laurel. We used to work out at 5:30 a.m., the morning crew.
Wow. And they were a couple who came together at 5:30 in the morning.
Right.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out. We're gonna get in a second, but wow.
Yes. And it's a small community in CrossFit, right? So I got to know them. I've been to their house before.
Nice.
For barbecue, and I've met their family and they're friends outside of CrossFit. And so, they're my people. And I just, was inspired by them working out together as a couple and and they're young. They're, I always think that everyone's my age, but apparently I'm becoming the old lady in the room.
Okay.
They're young and impressive, and they built a home, and
nice.
They're doing it. And so I thought it'd be nice for us to bring them on and kind of learn a little bit more about their story and share the great things that they're doing for our community.
Okay. And so I'll just say that Tasha's going to be watching the comments. So if anyone has any questions, feel free. And without further ado, let's bring in Kay Kromah and his wife, Amber. How are you guys tonight?
Good. Thank
How
you.
you guys doing?
How are you?
Thank you so much. So we titled this episode "Doing It in the Kitchen."
That's a lot.
That's right.
I like it though.
We wanted to make it saucy. We wanted to make it spicy because you guys, and we'll get into this, started your own meal plan company, which is fantastic. But before we get into that, let's just go back to the beginning. As Tasha said, you guys met in CrossFit. I love CrossFit too, and as we know, if you go to the CrossFit, there's not a whole lot of melanin popping in CrossFit gyms.
Yeah.
Right. So tell us, how did you all get started in CrossFit, and have you guys always worked out?
You know that answer started with you.
Yeah, it started with me. Have we always worked out? No. He has, but not me. So I was not an athlete in high school at all. I didn't start working out until we got to college. And so after college and after I had my first child, I felt like I needed to get into something. So I started just like jogging, but I realized that I wasn't seeing any results. I'm seeing the results that I wanted to see quick enough. So I asked him to find me a gym to go to, and he found CrossFit Laurel.
Okay.
And, so my first class was a boot camp class, and I thought I was going to die. The entire
class. That introductory class, right?
I was sweating. I had never sweat that much before. It was all bad, but it was all good. I felt so good afterwards. So I said, okay, I have to join. And then he joined a little bit afterwards, and that's how we started.
Nice. And so I read, that you guys, in your story, you talked about a combined weight loss of over 100 pounds.
Wow.
Tell me how that happened.
Yes.
Shout out to y'all.
Thank you. That happened from just meal prepping, honestly. Yeah. I started meal prepping before I started CrossFit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I started meal prepping because I was in PA school at the time.
Okay.
And I just didn't have time to cook. I just remember getting home in the evening and I'm just like, I don't have time to cook every day. So I'm going to start cooking on Sundays and that's it. So we didn't really call it meal prepping at first. It was more so like, I'm going to cook enough so that the kids, and they're knocking on the door right now, so that the kids could, 1 second.
I'm a mom, I get it, right?
Yes.
So this is what actually, you guys know your moms. We told them we were up here doing the interview, but still that didn't matter, right?
Right.
They're doing something with a piñata downstairs and they want us to see it. And I'm like, no. We said we were coming up there. But just to continue what Amber was saying, the whole weight loss thing, it wasn't really a challenge for us. It was just a matter of we started meal prepping, and I myself at first, I honestly wasn't a big fan of meal prepping because, you know, the concept of meal prepping was, hey, you kind of eat the same thing. You can get a little creative, but you're going to eat that shrimp and broccoli for at least 3 days out the week, right?
Right.
But I wasn't about that, but I wasn't in the mindset of knowing what specifically meal prepping was.
Let me stop you right there. Can I just say, when I started meal prepping, I would cook pretty much the same thing. I can eat the same thing every single day. I love salmon. I can eat salmon every day. I would send him with his food, and then I would get into his car later. I'm like, is this McDonald's? Did this food go to McDonald's?
Been there.
A whole meal, and he went to McDonald's.
Right. Yes.
That's what it was. I mean, yeah, that's what it was, you know, because I wasn't just used to it. And then here I am with McDonald's, and she doesn't know. I'll try to hide it. So when I come home, she's eating chickpeas and white and basmati rice and veggies. I didn't want to eat that. So what happened is we went to the doctor. I had a checkup, and the doctor kind of scared me a little bit. He said, at the rate that you're going, because I played ball in college. So for me, I had a football physique, and my weight was because of football. I'm thinking I'm fine.
Right.
The issue is I don't play ball anymore, right? So you're putting weight, you don't work out as you used to while playing ball. And the doc kind of scared me. He said, at the rate that you're growing, actually adding on pounds, you might become obese.
Yeah.
All right. So that put a little scare. And then I switched on to Amber. And then I started meal prepping myself. And at that time, we were in CrossFit. And due to CrossFit and meal prepping together, that's where the weight loss actually happened. That's where it started.
Yeah. Nice. You know, I told Sharon I was there with you guys. Like, I could see it happening.
Yeah.
I saw it before my eyes, you know? So shout out to you guys and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Who's the chef now in the business? Do you still do all of the cooking, Amber, or Kay? Do you get in there a little bit?
I barely do any of it now, honestly.
It's good you It's good you asked that. So the funny thing is, now, neither one of us are in there. But it started off with Amber.
I was doing most of it first when we first started.
Right, and we still had when I had a job at that time. Well, Amber's still a physician assistant, but I had a job at that time. Mm-hmm. You know, we would leave. I would go to work, and it's Friday evening. She'll start the meals. I would get back around 7:30.
Yeah. We would be up all night.
I remember.
Every single weekend, we would be up all night, the whole weekend, just cooking. It was terrible. And then you lost your job last year. Yeah,
July 18th, I was fired. I was let go, actually, July 18th of last year. And it just transitioned to me, cooking also full-time now.
All the time by yourself.
By myself. Even throughout the night, customers don't know this, but even throughout the night, it was me.
Yeah.
You know, because it had to be done. Customers really don't care what you got to do to get their product, right?
Wow.
Not a way to get it done.
And now we have a team.
Right.
Nice.
So let's talk about, how did you all get to the business? I mean, like, how do you get to the point where now, hey, let's do this as a business, and now you've got a team? Like, talk about that process.
So it started out with, of course, we were meal prepping for ourselves. Mm-hmm. Then I woke up one morning. I said, okay, my student loans, because I had just graduated. I said, oh, my student loans, they're going to be due in a couple of months. We had just moved into the house. We were broke. And I'm like, okay, these student loans cannot pay themselves. Right. So I said, okay, what if I cook for a few of my friends just to help them meal prep, and then we make like maybe $100 a week or so just to help pay my student loans.
Okay.
And it turned in, I remember I told him that idea, and he was like, okay, we can try it. So then I gave a few of my friends free meals that first week, and they were like, okay, this is good. We might order from you. And then he woke up one morning and I was like, you have until, September 30th
I gave her
to turn this into a business. Yeah. And I said, okay. So he literally took it from a side hustle just to pay my student loans idea into this business. And I was just like, wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so now you're one of the leading meal prep companies in the state of Maryland.
Yeah.
That's the goal. You know, when we say number one meal prep in Maryland, we really mean that we're trying to become the number one. Also being Black owned too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Great.
So how big is your team now?
So we're up to 2, 3,
Three cooks.
4, 5, 6.
A
I
few
think
delivery
8
drivers.
people. We have 8 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 3 cooks. We have 4 delivery drivers. We have a manager also. So it's about 8 people.
Wow.
So again, help me out with this. First off, I'm shouting y'all out. Y'all doing amazing things.
Thank you.
But hold on. I just. When did y'all start business?
We started officially September 2018.
Yeah.
And that's when he was still working. We were both working full time, and we was just doing it on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then he got fired July 2019 last year. And that's when he started doing the business full time.
Mm-hmm.
And then business started picking up because now he has more time to focus on it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting more customers. And so it's like, okay, we need to start hiring people. So we hired our moms. We hired my sister.
Yeah.
And that's when we started hiring just more people. We had to hire delivery drivers. And now we have 2 cooks.
Very nice. Has COVID affected your business at all?
Yes.
Well,
but it helped, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's the reverse of what's actually happening. When COVID hit, like our numbers just peaked. It's the highest that it had ever been. You know, it's like we doubled, tripled the business because of COVID. And I'm attributing that maybe 2 reasons. One, you know, people didn't want to go to grocery stores anymore. Mm-hmm. That's one. But also you're looking for something reliable during COVID, right? One, you're not trying to catch the virus. 2, you want a reputable place that you can go get your food from.
Right.
And you're stuck in a house all day. You want to eat something healthy. And we satisfy all of that, right? So it's like, right. And so business just kind of took off. I myself, I was kind of surprised too. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, well, how do we retain these people?
Yeah.
And that's when, you know, being interactive with the customers and promotions and getting closer to them about their goals and just, you know, just communicating throughout the week. And yeah.
The scary part was, though, when the grocery store started running out of food.
Yeah.
And it was like we had to change the way that we grocery shopped. So that was like a pivotal moment because we had to go from what we were doing to something totally different. Shopping at different stores, buying ahead of schedule potentially. Yeah. So it just changed the way that we did business, but it changed it for the better. So
yes, I'm glad she said that. It really did, because then we started shopping at bigger chains to grab food in bulk. Because we had no choice, you know, we were running out. If we go to the grocery store, the shelves were empty.
Yeah.
And as I go back to what I just said, customers don't care how you get the product; they need their stuff.
Right.
You know, so you gotta find a way to get it done. And because of her making that decision to actually, one, shop early, do early projections of what the meals are going to be as far as how many pounds of meat, protein, and veggies you need to buy. You need to predict that in the beginning, opposed to what we did before was we waited until orders came in and then went into the grocery stores and bought all the items. No, we just kind of forecasted it based on numbers from projections from before, and that helped us even better off from a profit standpoint as well.
Yeah.
So that was very smart on your part.
It was my anxiety, honestly.
Yeah.
I think my anxiety is my superpower. So.
Yeah.
So let me ask, what was you all's background, right? Because you're into projecting and forecasting, you're into cooking. Yeah. I mean, what was the background here?
I'll let you go.
So I'm a physician assistant. That's what I was in school for. And so I have a background in healthcare. But growing up, I've been cooking since I was 8. So I always knew that I would do something with cooking, but I never really knew what I would do with it. And then when I became a physician assistant, well, when I was in PA school, actually, I learned, about nutrition. They don't give us a lot of nutrition, which I really wish that they would have PA students, nursing students, medical students learn more about nutrition, because I think that that's more important than learning about medicine, preventing the diseases before actually treating the diseases. But so I basically took my cooking background and added it with my medicine background and just put it together. And he is like the brains of the operation. He's entrepreneur all the way. I remember when we met in high school, he always said he never wanted to work for anybody. He always wanted to work for himself. So he's the one who does all the marketing and does social media presence and does all the emails. And okay, I think we're going to run a sale this week. I think we're going to do this. We're going to do that. So that's all him. I just do the recipe.
High school sweetheart?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so tell us how your business actually works. I like that you're, into nutrition because I know you can cater to different people's needs, right? So tell us how the business actually works.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
She's grabbing the charger. We don't want to turn off on you guys. So this is great. We love it. So when at first all we did was just the weekend menu, which comes out every Sunday. There's a new menu that comes out, and there's 6 main items. And we have some breakfast items and some other few items as well. But then, I wanted to answer the issue of, well, for those people who don't like what's on the menu exactly, what if they want something more specific?
Right.
Some folks like me, I don't mind eating salmon every single week. There are a lot of people who are just like me who want to eat salmon every week, who wants white rice and broccoli often. So I wanted to solve that issue too. And then I also want to solve the issue of, for those people who have, any type of allergies or anything like that, how do we cater to those people as well? So between the weekly menu and a la carte, which you can order pretty much any protein, carb, or veggie by the pound, you can order that too. That's what the a la carte is. And we also have the custom route, where if you need specific stuff or you want us to pay attention to a specific allergen, we can. And that's where the custom aspect comes in. So we got three different components that actually makes up our ordering system. And, that was just to find a way to cater to a lot of different people at one time. So literally, it's like a system right now. It's Mondays are mainly a la carte and customs. Tuesday is the same thing. But we have contracts with a senior home. So they order for their whole building every single week. So we're on a yearly contract with them. So on Tuesdays, we got to prep their food, but also have the cooks prep some a la carte and custom items. Okay. Wednesdays are a little light, but Wednesdays we're kind of already prepping for the weekend. Plus, we're also prepping for any more a la carte orders that come in, because Wednesday is like a cutoff for a la carte and custom. And then Thursday come along, we're getting prepped for the weekend. It's for the weekend orders, because that's a bulk. We cook about over 500, 600 meals in a weekend.
Wow, in a weekend, and that's for a week. Yeah,
and that's on Fridays. Our team preps on Fridays about 600 meals, and customers pick up on Saturday and Sundays. And delivery, we have a team that drops off Saturday morning as well. So when Sunday comes, it's like a rest day, but it's also a prep day as well for the week. So between 8 and 10 a.m., I'm at the store collecting everything we need for the weekend for the following week. So it's a system that runs every
never ending.
Yeah. So the light days are Wednesdays, Saturdays after 1 p.m. and Sundays. That's the light days.
Yeah. Okay, good. I mean, it sounds like you got it down, right? But I know that you guys also have 2 small kids.
Yeah.
Relatively small and family and that sort of thing. How do you manage it all? Like your relationship and your family and the business?
Right. Well, I think for me, there came a point in time where, as I took on the business full time, I decided regardless of what happens, nothing's going to come first. So I have my team, when they come in, we need to be done by 1 o'clock. Because by 1 o'clock, it's time for my family. It's time for me to focus on them. You know what I mean? So after 1, it's like a hard shut. Whatever we got to do to get it done by 1, it's family time after that.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's more so because our 6-year-old who's in 1st grade, she's doing a virtual learning from home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like once she's almost done for the school day, that's when like to be finished.
And in the evenings, I don't want to do anything for the business in the evening time.
Yeah.
So even if it's deliveries, I have our delivery drivers take care of it. Back in the day, it was me doing every single one of them. Right. But I also took time away from them, and I wasn't home, so I didn't like that aspect of it either. So you got to find a way to make it work after you've grown the business to where it needs to be first, though. So you got to sacrifice in the beginning.
Yeah, and then for me, I work in nursing homes, so we already had some restrictions going into the facilities when COVID first started. So since we had the restrictions and I wasn't able to go into the nursing homes for about 2 months, I had to do everything by telemedicine, which sucks for senior patients. It's a mess. But we made it work. And so since I had to do most of my work from home, I do a lot of work and documentation stuff from home anyway. So I'm not inside of the nursing homes for as long as I was prior to COVID. I'm still there for maybe about 4 hours, and then I do most of my documentation from home as long as I'm able to. And so I get home around the time that they're finishing in the kitchen. And then I pretty much do my documentation, and then it's like a hard shut off at 5 o'clock. Once 5 o'clock hits, I'm done with work. And it's time to just focus on the girls. So we'll take them outside, ride their bikes. We still haven't gone to the playground yet because I'm a germaphobe, and I'm like, nobody needs it, you know. Bike riding, we run, we walk, and we just try to play as much as we can and eat dinner, and then bath time. And around 8, it's time to get in the bed, just so that I can have some time to myself too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely necessary. I'm so proud and excited for you guys. Tell me, what's your goal? Like, what is your ideal? What does it look like? What are you working for?
Ooh. That's a good one. That's a good question.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest. I didn't think that, based on the timeline, you always have a time of how you think things are going to go.
Yeah.
But for me, I'll be honest here and say I didn't see it picking up that fast.
Good.
So I think I'm still like in the weeds of trying to project like where we need to be. Eventually, I do see a Kromah Fit store where it's a Kromah Fit cafe. It's nothing but healthy goods in there as well. We might get a little carried away on the weekend, like on a Saturday, but make it like a healthy brunch type of deal. That's something we've been talking about, is actually doing an actual Kromah Fit store.
I like it.
Okay.
Do you guys still have time to work out?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's where the teamwork aspect come in, because we can't do it at the same time anymore.
Right.
You know, so you go 4 days a week?
Yeah, 4 to 5 days a week. I'll go either 5:30 in the morning, like I'll go out in the morning, or I'll go after work.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the scheduling.
Yeah.
And then you'll go later in the evening.
Or sometimes early in the morning. So whatever day that she doesn't go in the morning, I go in the morning. When she's in the evening, you know, I go a different time.
Or go after me. Yeah.
You know, but I had to pick up like doing a personal session at like 7:30 so that it does fit the family schedule. Because we do whatever it takes. You know, what works for the family, that's important.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work for the family, you can't do it. You can't do it.
That's great. I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
That is great. All right, last question before we get to the lightning round, and we'll talk about who determines the menus. Like, so I'm going to tell you, I get a meal prep service. I'm in North Carolina. I'd love the support, but until y'all come down to North Carolina, but I got my box today.
Okay.
And I do like it because I've got about 15 to 20 menus for me to choose from. So tell me, like, so who comes? And I'm interested. Who comes with the menus each week, or is it the same thing each week, or like, and the recipes?
So our goal is to make we don't want to repeat a meal within at least 2 months. You know, so
2 months. Wow.
2 months.
Yeah. Not repeat within 2 months. So the thing is, we have 6 primary meals. So the thing, I have to make sure, one, it's different.
Yeah.
But also, when you think about it, you're rotating the same protein.
Right.
You know, we're just
using different seasonings
or giving it to you a different way.
Yeah.
So you're still getting, because at the end of the day, you still need specific proteins per meal. So we try to keep it anywhere between 24 to 32 ounces of protein per meal. So the
grams.
Grams. I said ounces. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but no, I think about from the health aspect first. Like, where do I want to fall in? You know, so if I think about someone eating our meals at least 3 times a day, where are they going to fall within those 3 meals? You know, is it closer to 2,000 calorie mark? and also like how many proteins they're going to get out of the 3 meals. So once I decide that, then we talk about the flavoring, and then we also talk about what does it come with? What have we not had within the past 2 or 3 weeks?
Okay.
That's important because they can't eat the same thing. Customers don't like that at all.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why he has to make the menu, because I'm the one that I can eat the same thing all day, every day. He was like, no, we have to change it up.
If you leave it to her, you be eating salmon every week.
Salmon every week.
I mean, but if I do like, a particular lemon pepper something,
exactly,
I have to wait 2 months before I can get it again?
Yeah, that's why we have custom and a la carte. Right. So if you are that type of customer, which I know are people who are just like you, Tasha.
Yes.
You just order a la carte and custom every single week. And
we have like 3 customers, the same exact custom meal every single week.
It's about 7 to 10 people, and literally, I don't want to call their names out, but Monday I know exactly who's going to order. Exactly how many people going to order the same thing every single time.
Yep.
Listen, there's something to be said about consistency. I'm just saying.
Yeah. If it works, it works. That's how I feel.
That's right.
It's great though, if someone comes back over and over and over again,
that's right.
I love it. Retention is great.
The retention is great. It is a blessing. All right, so
we do have a question from the audience. Do you offer gluten-free, right? So can you talk about the specifics? I know like you count macros and maybe paleo.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah.
What specialty options do you have?
So yes, we do offer gluten-free. We offer keto. We offer pretty much, for the most part, any specific type of diet, but it would be under custom, right? It would absolutely be under custom. We've had vegans, we've had vegetarians, we've had pescatarians, and we can definitely offer gluten-free. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice.
One of us is gluten sensitive.
I can tell.
That question was from the audience. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right. So we've come to the point in our show where Tasha does the lightning rounds, very much like James Lipton inside the actor's studio. And where she will ask you both 11 questions lightning round. So I hope you all are ready.
Yeah, we looked at those. We're like,
One more question for the audience. I appreciate the audience, and so we want to respect their time with us and make sure that they get all the information that they need. Is nutritional value placed on packaging?
Yes. So
that's
a good question.
Yeah.
We just transitioned to it last month, right? The macros on each meal. But something I started to think about was at the end of the day, you get the meal, the label is on there, but then you toss it in the trash. At the end of the day, if you care more about just getting the nutritional information from it, we're transitioning to actually doing it virtually. So we'll text it to you, or we'll send it in the email. So one, we're not using as much paper, right?
Yeah.
We're kind of caring about the environment as well. But the main question is, do you get the nutritional information? Yes, you do.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. I like it. Efficient, right? Less paper.
Yeah.
Earth. Okay. Ready?
Lightning round.
Who's going first?
Ladies first. Ladies
All
first.
right, Amber, what's your favorite word?
Yes.
What's your least favorite word?
Intentional.
Ooh.
My therapist says it to me all the time, and I'm like, ah.
All right, what turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Taking responsibility for actions, consequences, anything. Just taking responsibility.
Okay, and what turns you off?
Lying.
Mm.
I hate it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
The S word. For sure. I say it all the time.
You say it all the time.
I like you say it all the time, but today you don't say the S word.
I don't know what kind of show this is.
All right, what sound or noise do you love?
I love listening to my kids breathe. I know it sounds weird, but I will listen to their chest just to hear them breathe. And I love listening to them laugh. I don't know which one I like more. Probably laughing.
Yeah.
When they're laughing like together. Yeah.
And what sound or noise do you hate? Kay knows.
The sound of vomit. I hate. It is so horrible. I cannot.
She's terrified.
Ugh.
She's terrified.
That's one I haven't heard before.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I don't think I've ever thought of that. Maybe a college professor.
Okay. And what profession would you not like to do?
A veterinarian. I don't like animals. I like looking at them, but I don't want to be anywhere near them.
All right. Who or what holds you accountable?
Him. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
He tells it like it is, and he will tell me you dead wrong.
All right. If you believe in heaven, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Ooh, well done, my good and faithful servant.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, you ready?
All right, Kay.
Mine's gonna be totally different.
All right. What's your favorite word?
I say it a lot. I say absolutely. All right? I used to saying that with customers. Absolutely, you can get all that. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. What's your least favorite word?
It's not a word, but it's a one-liner, right? When people say, "You know what I'm saying?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like it. I just don't.
Because you know what I'm saying.
Not because I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Or know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
One word. Know what I'm saying? I don't know what
Okay. Yeah. All right. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
I like hearing about numbers and additions and
Money.
yeah. I like talking about projections and goals and stuff like that. That gets to me. It really does.
Okay.
I like whenever we have those conversations because from a business standpoint, Amber wasn't always like this, but when she started talking about different businesses and stuff to do, I'm like, ooh, I like that. I like that.
Doing it in the kitchen. Okay. What?
Right? Hey, put that bag up. Do it in the kitchen.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. We're not. I promise y'all, we're not.
All right. What turns you off, Kay?
I don't know. I actually don't even know that one. I really don't. What do you think turns me off?
Being told no.
Yeah, I don't like that word. In a lot of different ways. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Because to me, no to me is just like that. To me, I define it as just not right now. Not right now.
Got it.
I don't like hearing those. I just hate it.
Yes. Good for you.
All right. What's your favorite curse word?
Yeah, probably an S word. S word. I say it a whole lot. I gotta stop. Especially in front of the kids. That's bad.
I know, because our 4-year-old says it
That's
too.
bad.
I just don't say it at school or church. I'm that mom. I'm just like, listen, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether I know it or not, just don't do it at school or at church, please.
Hey, what sound or noise do you love?
It sounds cliche, but when the kids are, joking and playing and, having fun with each other, that's peaceful for me.
I like it.
That's peaceful.
What sound or noise do you hate?
I hate the sound of crushed ice coming out the refrigerator.
Really?
I can't stand that. Like, if you're going to come to my house and use crushed ice, no. You can't do that. Pick cube. Don't pick crush.
Cute.
Or just don't get any ice at all if you're going to go crush ice. Don't use my fridge.
Our niece does it all the time.
And I can't stand it.
That is so funny. All right. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
You know what? I'm afraid of heights. We travel. I'm afraid of heights, but I would like to be a pilot.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds crazy,
What?
right? That might help me to get over my fear of flying. Right? So it's like a love-hate relationship.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like it. And what profession would you not like to do?
Construction, because I'm afraid of heights. I can't. When I see those guys, I'm like, how do you do that? You know, that's tough. I can't do it. Mm-mm.
All right. Who or what holds you accountable?
Unfortunately, this woman right here, she does hold me accountable. She held me accountable yesterday for something.
Oh yes.
Can you share that with us?
It was in relation to the business.
I don't remember what
It was
it.
the app.
Oh, the app. You want to tell them about the app?
I mean, we can, right?
Go ahead. Tell
Why
them about
not?
the app.
So when you're building an app, you go through a middle company. When you're done building the app, then you have to publish it to either Samsung or Apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've already built the app on this platform. Now it's a matter of
getting approval.
Getting it approved.
Okay.
Samsung is like, hey, no problem. Cool. Apple is taking forever to approve the app. And I know that they're taking forever, so I'm giving Apple some time, you know. So, but I haven't followed up with Apple yet because I'm just giving them time because I'm thinking eventually they're going to approve the app. And this platform that you built the app on, they've built us twice already for the app, but we haven't used the app, and it's not their fault, right? But
right.
Amber is like, so,
we're literally just taking money and just being like,
yeah,
yeah. We don't have money to just throw it, like literally just throw it in the sky and make it rain on the ground.
Right. You're literally using
I had to get all in this space.
Little example of how it is to just throw money away, and I get it now. So come Monday, I'm gonna call to Apple and say, "Hey guys, my wife said what's going on." Right? My wife said what's going on with the app. Now, we really need the app just to communicate with customers as well for a text reminder and notification. Just an easier way.
It'll make it like they're like
yeah,
easier.
it's an easier way to order as well. So
yeah,
it's coming. I promise. It's not Kromah Fit. It's Apple. I promise,
it's
guys.
Kay Kromah
and Apple.
And Apple.
Mainly Apple, though. Mainly Apple. I promise.
App coming soon. I like it. All right. If you believe in heaven, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Literally, I would have him say, "My man, you did your job."
I like it. My man.
You did your job.
That's what's up. You guys have been a pleasure. My cheeks are hurting from laughing so much.
That's what you gonna get with us. It's genuine all the time. No, we don't cut it.
Well, listen, we have you all's website, www.kromahfit.com. We have your phone number. We've had it up for a while. So if you're in the Maryland area, what area are you servicing in Maryland?
Mainly, so the DMV with Northern Virginia, all basically a big portion of Maryland, a big old portion of Maryland. We serve all of DC for sure.
Okay.
But as far as Virginia, we stretch down as far as, I would say, Alexandria.
Okay.
And for Maryland, we stretch up as far as Baltimore.
Okay, I want to make sure we got a lot of Baltimore fam, so
yeah,
for sure.
You know.
Baltimore.
Yeah, we stretch out as far as Baltimore. Yeah. So the 410s, we got you guys.
We appreciate you. I mean, I'm not even there anymore, but I'm shouting for my people. So I want to thank you guys. Tasha and I want to thank you. Thank you for joining us. And as always, anyone who's watching us can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We are the Accountability Queens. Thank you, Kay and Amber Kromah of Kromah Fit. Make sure you check them out at kromahfit.com. You can call them 240-309-3401. Get your meals.
Okay.
And spend your time doing something else. They're willing to do the work for you.
Absolutely.
So thank you guys. And Tasha and I will be back next week with someone else really inspiring. Wait till you see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.